Hi students, thanks for joining me. Here we have an example of two secants, and we are supposed to be looking for some measurements of the arcs, right? So now we have to the secants have two theorems. One is a segment and one deals with angles. So we're gonna have to use the angle theorem here. Well, there is a theorem that says the outside the exterior angle when two secants meet is the average of the difference between the arcs, right? So what does that mean? Well, it says exterior angle, okay? The measure of the exterior angle is average. Average means not average. I don't mean to say average. You subtract and divide by 2, okay? Average is when you add them. It's not the average. It's you subtract the two arcs and you divide it by 2, right? So it's 1/2 of the difference. That's what it says. 1/2 of the difference between the larger arc, subtract the smaller arc, okay? Okay. So here's the larger arc, okay, that intercept these two secants, and then there's a smaller arc. So we're gonna follow this sort of formula, and we're gonna have our problem set up so we can solve for x. And after we solve for x, then we can find the measure of whatever they want us to find. Okay, so here we go. The exterior angle they gave us is 39 equals 1/2, okay, of the larger arc is 17x plus 6. And then we're going to subtract everything. Now, be very careful here. You're doing subtracting the smaller arc. That means you're subtracting everything here, right? So you're subtracting 7x and you're subtracting the -2. So make sure you put that in its own parentheses. So subtracting 7x minus 2, right? Okay, so this is where students sort of sometimes overlook and then make the sign mistakes, and then the problem is all wrong, right? So let's take a little bit of time and just simplify that carefully so that we don't make any mistakes. Now, this negative does change everything inside, right? Because what it's saying is it's the opposite of whatever that's in here, right? So it becomes, if you get rid of this parentheses in here, it'll be 17x plus 6 minus 7x plus 2, right? Okay, so now before I cut this in half, I'm gonna just simplify everything there. So 39 equals to 1/2 of all of this, right? So I'm gonna take 17x and I take away 7x, so that will give me 10x. And here I have 6, positive 6 and positive 2. I'm gonna combine them. That will give me positive 8. Now, both of these are divisible by 2. So I can go ahead and divide it by 2, right? So 39 equals to 5x plus 4. So I just pretty much cut everything in half, right? Move the paper up a little bit. Just cut everything in half so that the problem is smaller and I can work this two-step equation a little bit easier. So I'm going to subtract the 4 on the other side. So I get 35, and then I divide by 5 to get x by itself. So I get 7. Okay, now x is equal to 7. That is the solution to this equation. However, that is not what they're asking us. They're asking us to find the measure of the larger arc. So our job is to take this solution and substitute it back into the larger arc to actually find what the larger arc is, right? The larger arc is 17 times 7 plus 6. And then we'll have to work this algebra out. So let me go and punch this into my calculator real quick. And then I get 125 degrees, right? So the measure of the larger arc is 125 degrees. And this is the actual answer. So you guys, when you do geometry problems, sometimes you do have to take your solution and plug it back in and make sure you actually answer the questions. Okay, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.